Is a Facebook group right for your business? This is such a great conversation. And I'm always asked, should I start a Facebook group or should I not start a Facebook group? And if I do, how do I know which strategy to use? We are going to be talking about different strategies you can use to build a community in your Facebook group, how to know what type of group is right for you, how to set clear goals and intentions for your group, and one of my favorites is optimizing your Facebook group for success. I'm Elizabeth, and I help business owners grow and scale communities around their brand to make marketing easy. And on this channel, I am sharing quick wins and actionable tips, but most importantly, I'm helping you with that way of being and leadership skills that you need to grow the engaged community that you have always wanted. Let's get started and see if a Facebook group is right. So number one is you create a community for the simple sake of community. So if your goal is just to bring people together around a specific subject, a community for the sake of community, there's not really any long-term goal of selling in the group, of, creating this long-term outcome other than bringing people together. If it's a very specific topic, like you just got diagnosed with like a crazy health condition that's super rare, I don't know anyone who's dealing with this. Let me go to Facebook and see if there's a community. Like that is totally a thing. So these groups do really well if it's a very specific niche. It's a little bit harder to do that if you just want to create a group for, say, entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur. Let's make a Facebook group for entrepreneurs. That's an opportunity where you want to get a little bit more specific in your strategy. Another time that you might see this community for the sake of community do well, if you already have a really large following. Your favorite celebrity started a Facebook group, it's going to get a lot of members for the simple sake of they already have a big audience. If your potential audience has a headache, you want your Facebook group to solve that headache. You build the mission, you cast the vision around the idea that your Facebook group helps solve a problem. The more specific the problem, the easier it's going to be to drive traffic into the group. This is also a great kind of Facebook group if you want to generate leads and you know that you eventually want to sell something. And I love the analogy of your freebie or your group is like the Band-Aid. It's the headache medicine. It's the Tylenol. But then eventually you're selling that long-term solution. So whatever business you're in or whatever audience you're serving, your community is going to solve a problem in a very quick and actionable way. Now, I'm going to tell you that the best community leaders are combining strategy 1 and strategy 2. They're bringing people into the group to solve a problem, but the people are staying because the community is so badass and amazing. Now, the third group is a little bit different because that's what is called a pop-up group. That's when you see people that are launching and they create a Facebook group that goes away or gets archived after the launch. These are great. They'll do strategy 2 and incorporate the community piece from strategy 1, but it just isn't long-term. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of a pop-up group. If you know you don't have the bandwidth or the desire to really nurture and grow a group year round, but you're like all in when you're launching a new product, then a pop-up group might be great. Pop-up groups are just really great for a super quick, specific intention. You want to sell, you want to launch your podcast, you want to launch your book, but then you don't have the desire or the bandwidth to continue in between. While pop-up groups can have really great engagement, I've also seen them struggle because it's a little bit too clear. The ultimate goal is to sell. What's going to be light and easy for your business? There's no right or wrong. There's no one size fits all. It's just, again, coming back to the goal. The intention of your group is going to help you pick the right strategy for you. But then there's this new strategy that's out there that reminds me a lot of, do you guys remember when Instagram pods were a thing? Right? Like when the Instagram algorithm first came out and people were creating Instagram pods. You just create these groups for the sake of boosting each other's engagement. So I'm seeing that in Facebook groups. I don't really know what to call it other than it's like this numbers-based strategy. People that are growing their groups really big big to like 50,000. It's all based on self-promotion. Join my group and you can self-promote. They're really just flooding and promoting each other's groups. From what I can tell, like it works. However, think about Instagram pods. Yes, it worked, but was that kind of a band-aid or a bootstrap, or was that a true scalable, sustainable model? Are my ideal client, the people that I truly want to attract, are they hanging out in this group? And I really couldn't answer that. Is this the best use of my time, to really jump into this whole thing? It's like a loop giveaway that you see on Instagram. Like, it's not quite icky like bots, but it just doesn't feel sustainable and authentic to me as having a group that might be smaller, but it's 100% the people that want to learn what you have to offer. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you check out one of our latest videos and join us inside the Community Builder on Facebook. All you have to do is go to Facebook and search the Community Builder, and we will see you on the inside.